Welcome to class, students. In this class we discuss data flow modeling using assign statements and how to include delays in assignment statements we have to analyze. For small circuits, the gate level modeling approach works well because the number of gates is limited and the designer can instantiate and connect every gate individually. Like on paper, your designed circuit using gates, the same thing can be implemented with the coding also. So in first, we have seen gate level modeling, which we call generally as structural description. However, in complex designs, the number of gates very large. The designers can design more effectively if they concentrate on implementing the function at a level of abstraction higher than gate level. Data flow modeling provides a powerful way to implement the design. Verilog allows a circuit to be designed in terms of data flow between registers and how design processes data rather than instantiation of individual gates. With gate densities on chips increasing rapidly, data flow modeling has assumed a great importance. Currently, automated tools are used to create a gate level circuit from a data flow design description. This process is called logic synthesis. So you are writing using assign statements, a data flow description, and the tool where you are typing your code, that is responsible for converting a gate level circuit, which we call it as netlist or schematic, generated by the tool. Tool means simulation software or synthesis software. We are using in laboratory a Xilinx synthesis tool and Xilinx inbuilt simulator IC. Data flow modeling has become a popular design approach as logic synthesis tools have become sophisticated. This approach allows the designer to concentrate on optimizing the circuit in terms of data flow. For maximum flexibility in the design process, designers typically use a Verilog description style that combines the concepts of gate level, which we have seen in previous classes, and then data flow style and a behavioral design. In general, a gate level means a structural description, data flow means using assign statements, behavioral means using always, if and case statements. So all three modeling styles can be combined in a same Verilog code, mixed style of coding. So designer can combine all three different coding styles in implementation. Now it's left to the tool to create a gate level circuit from the Verilog description or Verilog code written. One more very important point, you come across this word register transfer level. Okay, in the digital design community, the term RTL, a register transfer level design, is commonly used for a combination of data flow modeling and behavioral modeling. So generally in coding we use both data flow modeling and behavioral modeling together, so we refer it as register transfer level design. Continuous assignments. A continuous assignment is the most basic statement in data flow modeling used to drive a value on to a net. This assignment replaces gates in the description of a circuit and describes the circuit at a higher level of abstraction. The assignment statement starts with the keyword assign. If you observe the syntax part of an assign statement, the syntax of an assign statement is as follows: continuous assign colon equal, okay, so 2 times that colon is written, then equal assign drive strength and delay, list of net assignments assigned with net assignment. So this is a general representation, nothing to do with actual syntax. Net assignment can be assigned with an expression or an value, net value. We'll see in examples. The delay value is also optional and can be used to specify delay on the assign statement. This is like specifying delays for gates. So in delays we have seen an delay example using gates. We have seen an example which consists of 2 input AND gate and 2 input OR gate, which has got delay of 5 and 4 time units. Okay, we have written code and we have analyzed. If you want to implement the same combinational circuit with the help of assign statement, for AND gate use an expression, okay, E assigned with. Consider an example circuit where previously analyzed circuit which we have implemented using gate level implementation and OR gate. So if you want to write code in data flow style of coding, assume that initial declaration of A, B, C, out and E are done. A, B, C defined as input, out is defined as an output wire, E is defined as an intermediate wire. So initial declaration part is there, only coding part if you observe. So first AND gate is replaced by assign, keyword is must. We are writing directly in the module this assignment statement. E is equal to A and B. So it implements 2 input AND gate. One more statement, assign out is equal to E or C. This final out is nothing but E ORed with C. Now your tool is responsible for generating an 2 input AND gate and 2 input OR gate. It is left to the tool and analyze the code and convert the code Verilog description into an hardware netlist gate level circuit. One more option you have got is the delay value is, right now we have not included delay, so delay is 0, delay is not there. You have got an option to include delay in assignment statements also. We see further. Continuous assignments have the following characteristics. The left hand side of an assignment must always be a scalar or vector net or a concatenation of scalar and vector nets. It cannot be scalar or vector register. This means that if you observe this circuit, A, B, C you are defining as input port, out you are defining as an output port which acts as net or wire, E you are defining as wire which acts as net. So when you are assigning on left hand side of the expression, this is always, it should be net type. It may be single bit, here scalar, size of E is 1 bit, size of out is also 1 bit. It may be vector also, so multiple bits width. Vector nets are allowed on left hand side. The continuous assignments are scalar, assignments are always active. The statement expression is evaluated as soon as one of the right hand side operands changes and the value is assigned to left hand side net. The operands on the right hand side can be registers or nets or function calls. Right hand side it can be registers, nets or function call. Function output, return value can be assigned to a net. Registers or nets can be scalars or vectors. So if you consider this example again, okay, example again, on the right hand side if you observe, you have got an expression here, A and B. A and B are net type. So net type and the resulting value is also 1 bit. So scalar value, this expression is evaluated 1 bit value, and that is assigned to E, which is defined as wire or net. Similarly, second assignment statement in the above example, E or C, okay, again here E and C are wire type. The output of this expression is an OR gate or operation between E and C, okay, these ports, okay, OR operation is performed, and the computed expression value is assigned to a net. On right hand side there can be register, net or function call. On left hand side there should be always net type. It may be scalar or it may be vector. Delay values can be specified for assignments in terms of time units. Delay values are used to control the time when a net is assigned the evaluated value. This feature is similar to specifying delays for gates. We'll see this option. Examples of continuous assignment. Here complete code we are not writing, okay, just only assignment, part of the code, okay, we are writing. In this first example, keyword assign, output, inputs are I1 and I2, you can identify, operation performed is AND gate. I1 and I2 are nets, out is also net, so this expression is allowed, and this particular expression doesn't contain any delay, since delay is not specified. So immediately whenever I1 value changes or I2 value changes, this statement is considered for execution, right hand side expression is evaluated, and that value is assigned immediately to the output value. If you see next example, here you can observe on right hand side and left hand side and right hand side, there are vectors, multiple width wires or nets, okay, it may be register or address 1 and address 2 are 16-bit vector registers. On right hand side registers are allowed. The XOR operation of these 16 bits, which done individually, is assigned to a 16-bit vector net. So in the second example we have seen on right hand side and left hand side there may be vectors. In the second example, if I summarize, on right hand side you have got register vectors, on left hand side you have got a vector which is of type wire or net. One more option, as we have discussed previously, concatenation operator. Concatenation means, for example, if you are implementing a 4-bit ripple carry adder and any in general 4-bit adder, Cout, final carry out that is generated, acts as 5th bit of sum. 0 to 3, 4-bit sum is generated. Cout will act as the final carry, which is 5th bit of sum. So now if you want to take all 5 bits at a time of a 4-bit adder, so what is the operation here? A 3:0, A is a 4-bit operand, B is also 4-bit operand, carry in is scalar 1 bit, so A plus B plus C in you are performing, and the final result including Cout, it is 5-bit, so we can combine or concatenate within this flower brackets. You can observe, first I have written Cout and MSB comma sum 3:0. Cout will act as sum of 4 in general, I can say. So 4th bit of or 5th bit of sum, 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. So those 5-bit result readily assigned. Here we have made use on left hand side and concatenation operator. There is an expression here which combines a scalar and a vector net. Result is a net type only, net type vector, which is 5-bit in size. Implicit continuous assignment. Instead of declaring a net and then writing continuous assignment on the net, Verilog provides a shortcut by which continuous assignment can be placed on a net when it is declared. So we see both implicit, continuous assignment. There can be only one implicit declaration assignment per net because a net is declared only once. Regular continuous assignment. If you observe wire out, so first you have to define out as in wire or output. Okay, so once the declaration part is done, so we write assign out with in1 ANDed with AND operator ampersand in2. So this AND operation of in1 and in2 is performed and we are assigning it to an out, which previously we are defined as wire or net type. On left hand side we expect net, right hand side there can be net or registers are allowed. In this case in1, in2 are nets, out is also net. These two statements can be combined only once while writing coding. Output for output when you are writing assignment, these two can be combined, we see further. The same effect is achieved by implicit continuous assignment. What we are doing is, instead of assign we are writing wire, we are declaring out and directly we are assigning in the declaration itself as in1 and in2. So instead of writing these two assignments, so out is treated as it is a wire type and we are using assignment statement. So these two statements can be merged as single statement. So they say the second statement that you are observing, it will give you same effect as first regular continuous assignment, where declaration is done first, then assignment is done. Here declaration as well as assignment is done on a same statement. Implicit net declaration. If a signal name is used to the left of the continuous assignment, an implicit net declaration will be inferred for the signal name, for that signal name. If the net is connected to a module port, the width of the inferred net is equal to the width of the module port. You see, observe, continuous assign, wire I1, I2 you are defining, out is a net, assign out equal to I1 and I2. Note that out was declared as a wire, but an implicit wire declaration for out is done by the simulator. So here even though I have not defined wire out, we have defined wire I1, I2 and directly we are using assign out with I1 and I2. So this out is treated as wire only, implicit, it is understood by the tool or the software. This is how implicit net declaration example is shown in this. A wire out is not defined first, so directly assign out the expression value I1 and I2 we are trying to assign. This is also allowed in Verilog description. Next we continue with delays. Okay. Delay values control the time between the change in right hand side operand and when the new value is assigned to the left hand side. Three ways of specifying delays in continuous assignment statements are regular assignment delay, implicit continuous assignment delay, net declaration delay. Regular assignment delay. The delay value is specified after the keyword assign. Any change in value of in1 and in2 will result in a delay of 10 time units before recomputation of expressions in1 and in2, and the result will be assigned to out. If in1 and in2 changes value again before 10 time units, when the result propagates to out, the values of in1 and in2 at the time of recomputation are considered. This property is called inertial delay. We will see further in the next class about the delays assignment in the assignment statements. Thank you. We will continue in next class.